link. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Khalid.
Hello. Hello again. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first CTL session for this semester, spring 2021. We are humbled and honored to have Dr. Saba Mansour Al-Qadi from Qatar University with us this afternoon. I really enjoyed the first session in Arabic. Thank you very much, Dr. Saba, for being with us. Dr. Saba is Associate Director of General Requirements and General Requirements Program, the General Studies Deanship, Qatar University. We're very glad to have you. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation, and thank you for being with us. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Khalid, for this introduction. I send you a link to the chat. Could you click on that link and join the workshop's presentation through an AirPod app? And then you will be asked to put this code. Let me see who joined us. Did you find the link in the chat? Hi, welcome, Dr. Imran. Same era. Hi. Sorry if I couldn't pronounce some of your names. That is the link. Oh, I don't know. Let me check. I'll send you the link again. This is how we send the link, copy, and then I can send it to the chat so we can all participate. Okay, chat. Hi, good afternoon. Hi. That is our 2 participants joined us. Dr. M.A. Imran, Dr. Kadar.
Yeah, Tanga. You can just give me Tanga. Yeah.
Hi. Tanga. Hi, Doctor. Nice to meet you. I'm waiting for others to join us. How many participants we have? To start our presentation, we have, mashallah, 17 participants. That's good. Very good. Did you manage to attend? You will see, if you attend and join the link, you will see that different screen, that is, you are students. If you want to switch and see how can I see the screen as a teacher, so that is a good idea. It's applicable in your course. You can switch again and see the screen that I share with you. We have 2. Why you couldn't join? Is there any problem? If you click on the link, you will open nearpod.com, and then he will ask you, you will be asked to put this code, 837AS. Because our workshop is interactive as well. Wow, 4 participants, that's good. That's very good. 4 participants joined us. Let me put the chat here. Samin, Dr. Samin, Dr. Madnan, Dr. Ahmed Khan. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 in totals. But I'm waiting for 17. Could you join us, please? The one who couldn't join, you can watch and I want you to pay attention to the interaction. How did we interact? How we assess the information that we discuss? How we have our discussion board? How each other can evaluate each other answers as well. Could you, if there's anything in the chat? Let me check the chat. Yeah, you need to use Google account or Microsoft. If you have Microsoft account, you can log in. It's easy. Wow, 6 participants. That's good. Well done. See, as an instructor, you can see the participant. Please remind me by the end of this session to show you the report, the whole report. Who participate? How long did you participate? What are your answers? And all of this, because this is one of the tools that can help you to evaluate your program and made it interactive class. The one who just joined us, this is the link. Kindly click on the link and you will find, you will see, they will ask you to write a code, and this is the code of this class. Seven participants, really good. Thank you for joining us. Eight participants, it's amazing. That's very good. How many participants? 8. Shall we start, Dr. Khalid, or shall I wait for you, for others to join? 9 participants. That's good. They start to join us now.
Let us wait for a few more minutes, Doctora, for maybe 3-4 minutes.
Yes, fine.
To maximize the benefit of the workshop.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, this is the link, and this is the code. To share the code for your students, just click here, for example, and then you can share this workshop by email, by social media, links, Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, and so on.
Can we get started, Dr. Sabah, please?
Okay. We have now 9 participants. I hope that the one who, we have 10, that's good. See, in the last minute, which is very good. The last minute. Welcome everybody to online assessment. That we are together here because we want to understand interactive e-learning. This is why I designed this workshop in Nearpod. Nearpod, it's an interactive way so that you can involve the students while they are learning. You can design your formative assessment and summative assessment using this Nearpod. Nearpod, it's not the only platform that you can use to interact with your students in the lecture, but it is one of the thousands of the platforms that you can use. It's very good platform because you can see who attend, who answer your question, who participate, how long does that students need to time to participate in this in each question. It's by the end of the workshop or the class, you will have a very detailed report. I'll show you. Please remind me, Dr. Khalid, to show you and other doctors the report from the Nearpod when I finish.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In your deepest, fondest dreams, what kind of impact would you most like to have on your students? That is so important question. What kind of impact, what I want my students to remember? Do I want them to remember the information that I taught them, the knowledge that I taught them, the knowledge that I tested by the end of the semester, or I want my students to remind me and remember my name when they do things, when they write a research, when they write a plan, when they think out of the box. They remember me because I said always think out of the box. When I want my students to remember, only when they learn skills or just knowledge. That is the question which is we really need to think about it. As a teacher who wants to make a big impact, a serious impact on the next generation. The next generation or this generation, it is not us. They are different than us. We want this generation want to make an impact on a different generation. A generation that digital generation that interact in a different way, that communicate. They have the knowledge, they have the background. Imagine us teaching a different people. They are not us. They are not learning the same way that we are learning. They are not accepting the way we are testing them. They are not us. They are different. Therefore, we need to think different in a different way. We need to think out of the box. How I can improve this generation skills to live in 2030 or in the coming years. We do want our education system or our courses to teach them the skills that we ourselves needed a long time ago. That is how we need to think. This session will focus on the need for reflection on what we teach. How content becomes the wrong driver. Online course design. How can I design my course online? How can I develop a valid assessment? These are our important sections. I know the session it's about online assessment only, but it's important not to talk about the assessment and forget the learning outcomes and forget the content. Otherwise, it's not related. The assessment, for three things, they are very interrelated: objectives, content, and assessment. Before I start, I have this short video that it talks about 6 problems that is our education have. While you are watching this video, you will have, as a student, you can have, also you can see the screen. The one who didn't join us, you can watch my screen, the one I share. And then you will have, please watch carefully, because you will have 3 questions. The video will stop by itself. I designed that when you watch a part of the video, it will stop and then a question will come out. Therefore, you have to listen carefully to the content of this video. This is one way of doing formative assessment. I want to make sure that my students really watch the video. I want to make sure that my students really got part number 1. They know what is it. They know what's part number 2, because I want to achieve my objectives. I want my students to do that. Therefore, I insert questions in each section that I want to test my students as a teacher. But for us in this workshops, I wrote questions because we want to discuss it deep to understand how we can assess our students. Ready to listen? Do you have your pen and pencil, or you are ready to copy and paste some of the informations? Ready? Thumbs up? Okay. I suppose that you're ready. Where's the chat? Okay, the chat is here. Anyone say ready? No? Okay. Oh, that's good. Whoa, I have one ready. I suppose that you are all ready. Okay, we will start watching this video. As I said, we have 3 questions, and by the end of this video, you will have 1 question. The question is, what are the 6 problems that this video represent or discuss? I want 6 problems, please, because every one of you will write those 6 problems. I will start the video.
There is a growing feeling today that something is wrong with our system of education. But what is it? Well, we send our children to school to prepare them for the real world, which is changing very, very fast. But our schools haven't changed much for hundreds of years. In fact, thought leaders from around the world agree that the current system of education was designed in the industrial age mainly to churn out factory workers. And this industrial age mentality of mass production and mass control still runs deep in schools. Industrial age values. We educate children by batches and govern their lives by ringing bells. All day long, students do nothing but follow instructions. Sit down, take out your books, turn to page 40, solve problem number 3, stop talking. At school, you're rewarded for doing exactly what you're told. These are industrial age values that were really important for factory workers. Their success depended on following instructions and doing exactly what they were told. But in today's world, how far can you get by simply following instructions? The modern world values people who can be creative, who can communicate their ideas and collaborate with others. But our children don't get a chance to develop such skills in a system that's based on industrial age values.
What do we mean by industrial age values? What do we mean by industrial age values? Could you answer this question? You will find a space that you can write your question, and then I can see them here. The other one who didn't join us, could you write in the chat, please? Write in the chat so I can look for about what do we mean by industrial age? What does it mean? It means instructions, following instruction. That's good. Thank you. Dr. Lada. Sorry, I wouldn't call your names because I'm afraid that to pronounce it wrong. Yeah, following instructions. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Jadoon. Follow instructions, exactly what I want the students to do, they follow it. What I want my teachers to do, I follow it. I didn't do nothing more. But do we need this skill for this age, for this generation? Yes, Dr. Khan, the industrial age means just to follow instructions, and it is mass production. Because that is what we needed before, a long, long time ago. We want people to product stuff, to do it, to work as a factory worker, to follow what we want. Be quiet, don't move, you have to wear a uniform. Did any one of us ask why we were asked to wear uniforms? Why uniforms? What is the impact of the uniform? Why we have to wear it? Why we sat in rows? Why we have to raise our hands all the time? Blindly follow advice. Yeah, that is the industrial age. Just follow advice and instructions. I can share this. I can share this. I can watch it. Follow instructions. Also, the following instructions encouraging mass behavior. No creative, no communication. Follow the order. Follow instructions and do various activities. Instructions like no token, follow what the teacher says. That's good. Yes, Islam and Ahmed Khan. Can you write any answer? Thank you, Dr. Rama. That is what's the concept. What we are trying to do, what is the coronavirus did to us? Coronavirus actually, and really that is maybe from my point of view, push us to the new generation, to using technology. It just pushed us. We had to use it. Some of us, they didn't use those communications and interactive platforms, even though they were exist a long time ago. But because we were pushed, we had to learn. We had to find a different way to design our course and assess our course and do the activities in a different way. Dr. Said, he says, lack of variety in interaction patterns. We now need a balance between TTT and STTT. TTT, it means teacher talking time. Is it, what do you mean that, Dr. Sayed? And I think STTT, it's students talking time. We want to make balance. Yes, he said, yes, that's good. Industrial age education system was all about to teach best behavior. Best behavior, and it's a creative behavior. It's a different behavior. Let's see who are the leaders, who are the one who is making a different or a big impact on our life. They are the one who think out of the box. They are the one who create TikTok, who create Twitter, Facebook, who create the emails, who create the computer, who create the airplane, and do all these invention. They think differently. But let's think, do these people were taught to do these things or have these skills in schools or at university? I doubt that it's not the case. Let's watch the rest of the movie and the second problem of our education system. We talk about the first one of our education system, which is industrial age. And let's watch the video and see what is the second problem and why it is a problem. Let me share this with the class. Okay.
Lack of autonomy and control. At school, our children experience a complete lack of autonomy and control. Every minute of a child's life is tightly controlled by the system. But in today's world, if you're doing important work, then you're managing your own time. You're making your own decisions regarding what to do and when to do it. But life at school looks very different. The system is sending a dangerous message to our children that they are not in charge of their own lives. They just have to follow whatever is laid down instead of taking charge and making the most of their lives. Experts believe autonomy is incredibly important for children. It's no wonder then that our children are bored and demotivated by school. Can you imagine how you would feel if you were told exactly what to do for every minute of your life?
What do we mean by lack of autonomy and control? How you can see it in our education system? Kindly participate. What do you mean by lack of autonomy and control? Lack of management. Students, yes, students just follow the existing rules, more controlled by others. Okay, good. Yes, are in charge. You are in charge of your life. Okay. less involvement of students. Thank you, Dr. Sayed. Dr. Sayed, are you from Education College? College of Education. They don't have freedom of own decisions. Foundation program. You are not in charge of your life. No freedom. Let me share the idea, the answers here. Students don't have opportunity to express their views and ideas. The students do not have freedom to manage their own time and what motivates them. You are not in charge of your life. Lack of freedom to express their views and opinion. Students are not able to think independently. Feeling boring. What about the others? Could you participate also with us? Thank you for participating. Yeah, that is what we mean by autonomy. When we design our course, when we design our education system, what we expect the students to do, we expect them to memorize and to know the knowledge that we decided that is the knowledge that you needed in that particular course. That is what we want. Therefore, our assessment, it assesses what we want them to learn exactly, what we want them to memorize. And it is very dangerous message, very dangerous, very dangerous. It tells the students that, listen, that is the only knowledge that about this administrator course or this education course or this any course. That is the only knowledge that you have to know because I know we ask our students to read. We give them resources. We give them websites to read. But the dangerous message and the hidden message with our practice, it tells the students, listen, boy, don't read the other resources. Read what I gave you, what I decided it is important for you. Why? Because the test will be from that particular knowledge that I give it to you. I'm going to test your knowledge. I'm going to test your how deep did you memorize the knowledge that I give you. It's very dangerous message. The way we test our students, it tells a lot. We will watch now the third problem that is embedded in our education system and practice. This is the third one, but be careful. I'm not going to give you the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. You will give it to me. You are going to list it to me in the discussion board.
Inauthentic learning. Most of the learning that happens in schools today is not authentic because it relies on memorization and rote learning. The system defines a generic set of knowledge that all children must know. And then, every few months, we measure how much has been retained by administering exams. We know that such learning is not authentic because most of it is gone the day after the exam. Learning can be much deeper and more authentic. It can be so much more than just memorization and retention. But that's the only thing we measure, and test scores are the only thing we value. This has created an extremely unhealthy culture for students, parents, and teachers. Children are going through endless hours of tuitions, staying up all night memorizing useless facts that they will forget very soon.
What does inauthentic learning means? What does it mean? Inauthentic learning, the learning is not authentic. I thought what I've learned, what I taught my students is authentic. But it says here it's not authentic. You're not teaching them the knowledge that they're supposed to know. What does it mean? Could you participate? I will check the chat as well. It means that students are pushed to memorize only, which they will forget soon again. That's good, thank you. It is memorization. It relies on the memorization and getting good scores in the exam. Okay, that's good. I will share Dr. Jadoon with you, his answer. It says it relies on memorization and getting a good scores. Dr. Imran Khan, he says, just memorizing for the sake of exam, but not for learning. Just to get marks by memorizing things. Depending on memorizing only, no passion. No, passion is not, it's not in the list. Especially for the one who couldn't memorize, which is me. For example, I can't memorize. I understand that's good, but memorizing, it's very hard. It's really hard. It's painful. And I am sure most of us, you know, have been through this problems, which is we have to memorize the whole thing. We memorize poems and headache. Learn not to motivate intrinsically. Yeah, he is not motivating. It's external motivation. Giving the students A or B is not intrinsic motivation. It's extrinsic. It doesn't really motivate me to, you know, just to proceed. To some extent, it motivates. Some people like A's and A's and A's. They like to collect A's, and they are always see themselves with the A's. But it doesn't mean that B's are bad. B's are not successful. They are successful. We have many examples of people that they were out of school, and they made a big impact on our life. And maybe you can tell me some of the people or some of the good examples of the icon that they really made an impact on our life. Okay, let's move on now. The short movie will represent the other three problems. Please write them down because I want you to recite them again. We will discuss them, just discuss them, not to recite them. I mean, you don't have to memorize them the way they are.
No room for passions and interests. We have an extremely standardized system where each child must learn the same thing at the same time in the same way as everyone else. This doesn't respect the basic fact of being human, that each of us is unique and different in our own way. We all have different passions and interests. And the key to fulfillment in life is to find your passion. But do the schools of today help our children find and develop their passion? There seems to be no room in the current education system for the most important questions in a child's life. What am I good at? What do I want to do in life? How do I fit into this world? The system doesn't seem to care. There are so many greatly talented people who failed in the traditional school system. Fortunately, they were able to overcome these failures, but not everyone can. We have no measure for how much talent, how much potential goes unrecognized in the current system. Differences in how we learn. Each of us is also different in how we learn, in how much time we take to learn something, and what tools and resources work best for us. But the system has no room for such differences. So if you're a bit slow in learning something, you are considered a failure, when all you needed was a bit more time to catch up. Lecturing. In the current system, children are lectured for more than 5 hours a day. But there are a few big problems with lecturing. Sal Khan from Khan Academy calls lecturing a fundamentally dehumanizing experience. 30 kids with fingers on their lips, not allowed to interact with each other. Also, in any given classroom, different students are at different levels of understanding. Now, whatever the teacher does, there are bound to be students who are either bored because they are ahead or confused because they're behind. Because of the internet and digital media, our children have at their fingertips all the information in the world. Technology has made it possible for anyone to learn anything. But for fear of losing control, the system is not leveraging these incredible resources. Our system of education, which evolved in the industrial age, has become outdated and ineffective. If we want to prepare our children for the modern world, if we want learning to be effective and engaging, then there's no doubt that we need to fundamentally change our system of education.
The question now. What are the six, just let me go back because I'll tell you why I'll go back. Here, there's a message. This is slide to collaborative board. Would you like to approve the students' comments before they are posted? So if you are discussing with your students, this option give you an opportunity to read the answers before they post, in case they post something wrong or anything that you don't agree or you don't want it to present it in your class. Just to let you know about that. But of course, I do want to do that with you. What are the six problems that are represented in this short video? Could you write down? The one who joined the Nearpod, one, excellent. I'll give you a like. One, industrial age value. That's very good. Thank you so much. What else? Industrial age value and lack of autonomy. Brilliant. Thank you. Could you click on like if you like their answer, please? And we will see how many likes you will collect. Industrial age value. Thank you. Lack of autonomy. No room for passion. Thank you so much. There's no room for passion. Lack of autonomy. Lecturing. Thank you. Inauthentic learning. That is important. Inauthentic learning. In the same time. Thank you. Inauthentic learning. So how many? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not identified the unique personality of the student. That is a big problem. No room for passion. That is one of the problems in our system of education. How we learn. Our education system doesn't cater how we learn. Lecturing. Lecturing is not, it's not that not effective. There's some people, they say lecturing, it's not, you shouldn't do lecturing at all, you shouldn't do that. Lecturing is effective to some extent. It depends on how the way you lecture, the way you represent the information, the way you relate the information to students' life. But not all the time. I can't teach the whole course lecturing. At the beginning, maybe the first 2 classes, I need to do some lecturing. I need to present some of the theories. But later on, I want to do application of these theories. And then I move to creation. So not sticking to the same style. I've heard some of the teachers, oh, those people lecturing all the time. Lecturing is very effective. But as I said, it depends on the way you lecture. And we need to move to application. We need to move to student center rather than it is me all the time who represented. I want to have an active learner rather than a passive learners. No measure for talent, and today's education state is ineffective and outdated. It is really outdated. Theories into practice. That is what we want. We want to move from theories to practice. That's good. Please, could you read each other answer and click on like if you like any answers? I want to see who will collect more likes. Just to click on each other like if you like their answers or the way they participate. What did they say? Oh, Julius, you have 2 hearts. That's good. Dr. Jadun, you have 2 hearts. Amazing. Lucky you. In authentic learning, Dr. Imran Khan, 3 likes. Ooh. He might be the head of the department. Who's the head of the department? I will know because he will get the more likes. Who is, oh, that 4 likes. I'll see who will get more likes. Dr. Baghi, 4 likes. So good, lucky. So this is the way that I want I do formative assessment. I want to make sure that my students watch the video and then they get the answer. But I don't want my students only to read their answer. I want them to read other answer. This is why I ask you to just to read others and put more hearts. Click on the hearts to give them likes. So this is one of the practical way that we can do it and assess students online. Let's move. It's important that we reflect. Reflection, it's a magic. It's magic for me, reflection. And I have some of the, I have a grant that I got because I want to study the faculty members' reflection. Do they really, are they practicing the reflection? Is it a critical? Do they do critical reflection? Because if you do that, it will have a great impact on your students as well. We need to focus and really reflect on the course and focus on learning rather than a task. We want to focus on what should the students know, understand, and be able to do by the end of the course. Not only what the students should know and understand by the end of the course. To do here, to be able to do, it's very important. Most of the courses that syllabus that I've read, I found it out, it's knowledge-based. They focus on what the students has to know by the end of the course. But it shouldn't be like this. It should say what they have to do. What are the skills that they have to learn? How can I assess the skill? In a methodology course, for example, I want my students to come up and publish a research paper. Rather than by the end of the course, the students will understand different type of research. By the end of this course, the students will understand how to write, for example, how to write a research problem only, or what is a research problem, or research statement, or research question. But I don't want that. That is a piece of the jigsaw. I want them to learn, to publish, to write up a paper, the whole paper. Looking around for real problems. Why real problems it matters? Because it is related to the students' life. It makes sense. This is the education that is authentic. It makes sense. It is related to me. I imagine that everyone in your course and in the colleges and higher education in schools talk about pandemic. Talk to students about it, how we can solve it, how we can manage it, how we can do that, how we can do it in a differently, how we can live with it. And that is what we expect. That is real problem. We want to focus on how to get students to research cases that illustrate approaches or solutions. We want them to do some research, to know the difference between fact and opinion, between how can I know that is a scam, that is real information or not. Especially in this case, especially this generation, they need to learn these skills. It's important skills, because there are a lot of information all over the world through the media, through Facebook. And we honestly sometimes say, we didn't know what's right, what's wrong. We didn't know. Some people, they say, this pandemic is made up. And some of them, they said, no, that's the true virus. And some of them, and all of this. And we get lost. We get lost with the amount of the information that we get from social media. There are people, their job is to make up news and spread it all over the world. And here we are lost. Do we have to take this vaccine or not? Do we have to do this or not? No. And even some of the issue that we can't discuss, we are not allowed to discuss, because it is politics, it is whatever, it is the people that some of the high people, they wouldn't like it. So that is important, that to teach the students to search about the fact in all discipline, education, and in a different discipline, they need to know What is the fact? What is the opinion? That is a skill. But I don't teach the students, oh, this is a fact. That is what happened. This is a theory. You have to do it. We need to teach our students how to make the different theories. Also, we need to focus on might ask what the action could benefit your community or the service of the community, the service learning, how we can apply this, what we have learned at the university, to our community. It's important that the students think about people around them. That is the value. These are some of the values that we need to think about. Question to reflect. What are the most important concepts and why do they matter? For example, in authentic learning, why it is matter to know that? Is it important? It's not important. So we have to clarify in our education system, in our universities, schools, what are the concepts? Which one is important and why we have to teach it the way we teach? Who are the students? Is it one culture or diverse? If it is diverse culture, my courses should be different, should accept all other opinion. My courses should cater the differentiation, accepting other opinion, other point of view. My course should have those debates, arguments. What it is important and relevant to these students? Is this education or this theory, is it relevant to the students or it is not relevant? If it's not, how can I make it relevant and applicable in their life so it will make sense? How and why would these students apply what they have learned from the course? I want them to apply and I want to assist them. It's important to assess, to do online assessment and to do different type of assessment, but I want to know how they are going to apply it first. I have to define it. How will the course address the broader goal of helping the students to learn how to learn and to learn how to think? So these questions are important because we need to focus on skills rather than knowledge. We need to focus on improving the students' way of thinking and acting rather than memorizing. Therefore, if I design my course the way that this way, my course objective will be different. My course assessment will be totally different. The most important, I can list and give you a lot of online assessment, how you can assess this course, but it wouldn't make sense if your course focus on knowledge. Therefore, this is why I decided, no, let's talk about course objective. Let's talk about assessment, content, and then talk about assessment, which is relatives. Sorry. Significance of learning, values. If the learning itself and the education, it matters to me, I need to think about 4 concepts, which is, for example, values. If my course embedded or has values in my designing course, that means that I want to improve the students' skills on communicating with the communities, with communicating with their parents, with their other adults, with their government, with their by enforcing the teamwork, pair work, individual work, and so on. What are the values that I want to teach my students in that course? Not only knowledge. There are more important things than knowledge that is written in the book or that's there, or the students will memorize it and give it back to you by the end of the course. In my course, I need to teach values or way of thinking, how I think the way I think. And I want to teach them that the knowledge is complex. It's not your knowledge. The way you see your class is not the way that I see your class as well. It's different, it's complex. But it's the way you want to teach the students that Knowledge is not that complex and easy. I give it to you and you memorize it and that's it. A problem solving, I want to teach the students how to solve the problems, how they can interact with that particular problems and communicate with that problems, and how they plan to solve that problem. These are the skill, these are the significant learning, rather than the knowledge that is written in the book and you ask the students to memorize it. For example, in an English course, for example, I want to identify the communities. Who are the community, the parent, authority, special needs. I want to talk about the pandemic and something related to the student's life. I want to apply the principle of the communities. I want to raise awareness campaign of any particular thing or problem that is in our situation, in our society now. And I want to apply in a real situation. I don't want the knowledge, it just for the exam. I want by the end of the course product that I can see it. The students can go home and have it and show others, not only the theory and the knowledge that he has to memorize. I want my course to have activities like blogs, flyers, observation, anything that is tangible that the students will learn. This is genially, because of the time. I'll show you later. Genially, it is like Nearpod as well. I don't know, I can't show you now, or if we have time, I will go back to Genially. Please remind me as well, Genially and the report. You have two things to remind me. Online course design. Online course design, this pandemic pushed us to go online. I am sure that you are teaching as well, like us at Qatar University online course. But how can I design that course? How can I assess that course online? I'm sure that we have syllabus. Some of the courses and some of the colleges, they didn't change their course syllabus. It's the same. It's the same objective, the same thing, the same. It doesn't change. Why? Because of they need time to go to the curriculum committee. They want to go to the chair, the head of the department, to the dean, and ask permission to change it. I think before we start to teach online, we have to change it. We can't teach the old course syllabus that we have already in our desk. It needs to be changed because we need to involve the students in a different way. We need our assessment to be different. Otherwise, it will be that assessment like you will be, have this scary thought about cheating and cheating and cheating. This is why teaching online, it's not like the way we teach in our campus because we can't see the students. Our interaction, it is different. Our syllabus should be very, very specific. The first week, what you are going to learn, how you are going to assist, how many times you are going to participate, what is the communication, how we can communicate with each other. It should be totally different than some of the courses. Some of the classes will be online, some of the courses will be on campus. What is online? What is on campus? How we can assess that? Which platform we are going to use? And so on. And all of these details should be different. This is why our course design, it is different. In our basic course design plan, we have learning outcomes, teaching activities, and assessment. Learning outcomes is what I want my students to learn. Again, not only knowledge, not only information, but also skills. What I expect the students to get out of my course. How can I write those objectives that will be measurable, that I can see them by the end of the course? I can assess them. But before I assess them, what are the teaching and learning activities I have to apply in my class? How can I teach that objective? For example, by the end of this course, I want my students to design an app or to design an application that helps special needs. How can I teach it? Of course, the first 1-2 days, theories and discussion, and then different activities, expose them to different websites, to different activities. And then the assessment here is totally different. Why? Because your objective is different. You want your students to design something. So when you assess the students, you are going to focus on the design skills, not the knowledge. You are going to focus on his skill or her skill on writing the plan, how they do it, on the interaction, on the values that you want to embed it in your class, in your syllabus. I want to know that, does he do it alone or with others? And then if it's alone, why he did it, and why, if it's with others, why he did it. You want to know why he does what he did. So if our learning objective different, the assessment will be totally different. Promise, no cheating. If you use the creative and higher level of thinking, if your course is based on skills, no cheating, promise. If your course focuses on knowledge, there are a lot of cheating. Even though you time it up, you give each student 1 minute, 1 second to answer that question. You try to assess how fast his brain works, rather than what are the skills he has or she has. This is one of the backward design as well. You start with developing online course by decided what is your students need to be able to do by the end of the course, to do, not to know. And the assessment, you want to assess them. How can you assess whether your students can do these things or not? That is the backward design. It's not like learning outcomes, activities, and assessment. It's not like that. It is what you expect from the students to do, outcomes and assessment, and then activities. That is the backward design. It's the opposite. You design your activities based on the assessment, what you expect the students to learn to do. And then you have learning activities, and then you have the content. Hi, could you close the mic, please? Someone open the mic, could you close it? Learning outcomes. We talked a lot about learning outcomes because it is related. To write a learning outcomes, you have to be very specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Not to write, and I'll give you some of the example this is a real course, by the way. See the object, by the end of the course, the students will be able to introduce students to importance of. See, that is the objective. By how I can assess this objective, anyone can share, or you can open the mic and share? You want, by the end of the course, you want to introduce the students to certain concept. How you can assess that this objective? It's not measurable, because it's introduction. It's not. See, the way they wrote this objective, it's not right. Introduce, you want the students to read the introduction. Are you going to ask them true or false about this introduction, or what is exactly? Let's see the second one. Explain how human behavior plays. Explain how you are going to assess this objective. So you will ask your students, you will give them open-ended question, or you will give them true or false, or the only knowledge it will be human behavior. And so what they can do with understanding and explaining human behavior, what is the skill that they have to learn from that? Here, the objective number 3, describe the relevant data. Is it by the end of the whole semester, I want my students only to describe the data, not to use it, not to apply it in a different situation, not to create a data themselves? So you want them to describe. See, all of it's, this is a real course outcomes, by the way. It is one of the courses. And here, understand the main concept. We can't measure understanding. You understand things different the way they understand. Depends on your background, on your experience. We are different. We can measure understanding? It's not measurable. By the end of the course, I want the students to identify and describe. If you check all of these objectives, they are knowledge-based. They are not creative. They are not higher level thinking. All of them, they have one common thing, which is they focus on knowledge rather than skills. And these are our objectives. If we want to change our assessment practice, we need to go back to our courses objective and think how we can rewrite them again. Learning outcomes should be measurable, observable. Action verb, what is the action that you can see the students do it? Behavior. Subject content, level of achievement. Kindly go and revise your syllabus. Just read the 4 or 5 objective outcomes of your syllabus and see how you can rewrite it again. Are they measurable, observable, specific? Are they knowledge-based or skill-based? That is very important things that we need to focus on. So Bloom taxonomy here, it starts with remember, understand, and apply. Most of the objectives that you saw, they are here. They are here, describe, understand, remember. They are not in the creative level. Some of the verbs that you can go back and use them, and just that is, it's a good for your reference. And I think here we have a fun time to test our knowledge about objective, how to write objective. Could you tell me what do you want us to choose theme? Climb the Himalaya, or underwater, space, or Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day gone. Any idea? Any theme you like, you prefer? Sorry, I didn't read all of these comments. You want to go to space? That's good. You're the boss. Let's go to the space. You ready to go to space? Okay, here you have questions I want you to answer. We are now in the space learning about objectives. What are the objectives? Which level they are? From which Bloom taxonomy level they are? I'm waiting for participants. Could you participate, please? I'm waiting for participants. Oh my God, that's good. Dr. Jadon, you're good. You are the first astronaut. You're the first astronaut. Teddy bear astronaut. That's good. Okay, any more participants? I need participants, please. Because we need to climb to go to the mountain. Okay, Dr. Thanga. Dr. Thanga. I hope that I pronounced the name right. 2 players? No, I don't want 2 players. I want more. Please, all the 14 participants. Because if you answer this correctly, you might, I'm not sure, get gift from Dr. Khalid. 2 gifts, Dr. Khalid.
Another one, Dr. Sabah?
Another one. This is an English gift.
Okay, all right, sure.
Oh, that's okay. Dr. Imran Khan, welcome. Could you open the mic, Dr. Imran, and tell others how did you log in to the game? Because I need the 14 to participate. Oh my God, that's a good character.
Yeah, I just click on the game, you know.
Oh, you click on the game and then you will have to choose the avatar, and then
yes, I just choose it automatically.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Julius. Yeah, what is this character? Alien? Oh, you've got alien visitors. We visit them. This is because we are in the space 4. I need more participants. There are gifts. Please participate. Click on the game and join us. Ooh, nice character. What is that? A bird. Dr. Madnan. Wow, that's good. Or penguin or penguin, maybe. Penguin on the space. Okay. Is it hard to join? Let me check the chat. You might have problem joining us. Okay. Who is that panda? Hi, welcome. We have 6 participants, which is good. Let me wait more. One more participant, one more. One more. No more? Only 6 players? Okay, let's start. One of the 6 players will get gift from Dr. Khalid, hopefully. I am in Qatar. I am in a safe place, so he is there. You can talk to him.
You can send your gifts from Qatar through DHL. We'll be happy to receive them.
Okay, I didn't mind.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Okay, let's start. Question number 1. This is a definition of one of the Bloom taxonomy. And which level that definition? By the way, your speed is important. You will get more points for your speed. You have 15 minutes, 13, 12. Click on any answer, choose anyone. You have 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Ooh. Wow, Dr. Madnan, he's got 407 points. Ah, we are climbing on the mountain. Question number 2 now. This is represent one of the Bloom taxonomy. This is a definition of the Bloom taxonomy, but which level it is? Woohoo, we are going up, we're getting there. One more question. I think this is true or false question. It's easy. Dr. Jadon, yeah, it's true. Who is first now? Congratulations. Dr. Madnan, he has got 1,667 points. And then in the second place, Dr. Bahaga and Dr. Imran Khan, the third place. And thank you for all the participants. So this is also one of the interactive way that I want to check the students' knowledge about certain topic, about certain skills, so I can go on and proceed. As I told you, by the end of this session, I will show you your points, the questions, your participation, how long it takes to answer this question, and all of these details. Thank you. It means you are that you have the knowledge of learning objective. Attention, please. understand, know, comprehend, study, be familiar with, appreciate, be aware, become acquainted with, gain knowledge, cover, learn, realize. They are not objective. They are not measurable. You can't measure them by the end of the course. If you have one of these, please reconsider to update your course syllabus so you can align it with your assessment, Again, understand, know, comprehend, appreciate. They are abstract words. You can't observe them. You can't measure them. So rethink about it again. And then this is the same quiz, but with Genially. Genially, it's a platform, also interactive platform, really good. And then if you have time, also, I can show you the Genially, some of the features that you help the students to create their own classes, their own magazine, their own infographic, interactive infographic, and different things. Also, you can create your quiz and questions, exams using this website, Genially. So the common issue when writing the students' outcomes, we have the instructor focus on the knowledge, not on the students. These are the issue they use. The instructor use like terms they are not measurable. The students, the teacher, when they design the course outcomes or the outcomes, the assessment, they are not, for example, very clear. There is no explanation. There is no a clear course design. All of these issues should be really clear, especially imagine that this students can't ask you a question because you are far away from him, but you have to be very specific and clear. In this workshop, I suggest 4 strategies that you enhance your course assessment. One of the strategy is, before I give you my answer, I want you just to tell me, how do you evaluate your course? I want to see the strategies that you are using to evaluate your course. Let's start, please. I need your participation in this. How do you evaluate your course? It's either in campus or online course. Skill-based, could you tell me, Dr. Thanga, what is a skill-based? Write more about example. Like what is skill-based? Because we want to see here in this, with each other, what are the best practice in our in your university, in your colleges, which is good. You might, one of you, go to doctor and learn how he evaluate his students. What do you mean, doctor, by skill based? Not based on knowledge alone. Okay, give me example. What type of assessment that you are using? And I want others to participate. How do you evaluate your course? Yes, please, Doctor. Let me check your name. See, I can't call your name. Abu Muaz, Dr. Imran, Dr. Mehdi, Dr. Ali Shah, Dr. Jadoon. I want to know, how do you evaluate your course? You evaluate it based on the performance. What is it, performance? Do you use rubric, for example? What are the skills that you are focusing on the students? Is it, what are the competencies that you focus on? Formative assessment, you focus on the formative assessment. Formative assessment, it is the different assessment that you check the students master that particular knowledge or skill during the semester. Summative assessment is by the end of the semester. But by the way, summative assessment can be formative assessment. It depends on your goal, what you are going to do with the assessment itself. Learning objectives based on the rubrics. Okay, that's good. Course learning outcomes. How do you evaluate your course? Again, the question, is it based on the learning outcomes? How? What are CLOs? CLOs, is it the course learning outcomes? Is it, you call it their CLO?
Yes,
course?
yes, that would be a CLO, course learning outcome.
We have PLO.
Yeah.
And yours is CLO. Okay, course learning outcomes.
We have both. We have course learning outcomes, CLOs, and program learning outcomes is PLOs here.
PLOs, okay. Good, thank you. But I want to know the evaluation. What is your practice? What you are doing there? Content and skill-based, how you are doing content and based skills? Formative and summative assessment, what type of formative and summative, like quizzes, discussion board, portfolio, reflection, what type of quizzes? Okay, the quizzes is knowledge-based, it's not skill-based, okay? That is one. Case studies, okay, that is really good, thank you. Case study is one of the skill. Benchmarking with the industry, okay, by quizzes, midterm exam, final exam, and MyLab Math, Pearson resources, okay. Reflective journal, that is really good. A project or research, that's amazing. Project or research, that is a skills. Project and research is like they are skill-based. Formulating CLOs and then choosing assessment like midterm examination, assignments, presentation or project report writing. Okay, that's good. Presentation by students have the skill of to stand up and talk and summarize their ideas. CLOs through assessment, test, exam, assignments, and classroom and participation. That is what we need to be aware. The objectives and the assessment need to be not only like quizzes that test the students' memorization and knowledge, but also through a project like what you mentioned, project, research, presentation, rather than only quizzes. And also the midterm exam and the final exam, it is, I still think, I believe, it depends on the question, honestly. I still think they are, most of them that I observe, they are knowledge-based, they are true, false, they are multiple choices, they are, but not knowledge-based. There are exams that really I like, and I observe they are related, there is scenario, and the students has to apply one of the strategy that they have learned. There are problems that they wrote about it, they discuss it. There are different that thinking question, why they would think the way they think, what do you think of that thing, what do you think? The problems with the system, with the education system, that some classes, there are a lot of students, like 50 or 60. So the teachers tend to choose multiple choice and true or false, because they said, we don't have time to read 60 or 70 students answer. That is one of the problems that we all facing. To solve this, it's better to have less students in the class. If we have to have more, we can empower other students who are really good to help us to correct, to read with us, and we have to have assistant teacher, like from the students themselves, but not, I mean, correcting true and false question. I mean, to correct open-ended question in some of the cases. It seems that you have a very good practice. I like report writing, report and project and presentation. They are really based on the skills. They build the students the skill to participate. I suggest also to enhance our course assessment is to involve the learner. I want to involve the learner. I suggest that to involve him in writing his own SMART objectives, not to give him the objective of the course and that's it. The students, we can start our course by discussing the learning outcomes. We are going to cover this and this. What is your objective? How you can, I want you to plan. Write a plan that how you are going to achieve this course, how you are going to study, what is your objective. We want to introduce the concept of SMART objective to students as well, because they are the one who is going to, they're supposed to achieve the objective. Also examining case study, the way you are doing also in your university, case study are really related to students' life, related to their, it makes sense to them rather than just knowledge. We can give them the knowledge, we need the knowledge, but we want to apply it by case study, how to solve this, how to do that, how we think in a different way, and so on. We want to create problem-based scenarios. We have problems, how we can solve it using integrating math, technology, art, social skills, and all of this in that scenario. Also an inquiry-based learning, where the students start with the question and do all of this step to answer that particular question. What we have to do and evaluate, how we can evaluate them. We can evaluate them through the formative feedback all the time. KWL, it's one of the easiest chart that you start your course, you start your topic. You want to know what the students know about it, what they want to know, and what they learn by the end of that course. This chart, you evaluate the students' progress. It's a formative assessment. You can give it to them. There are charts online, you can use them. Also, online assessment by video recording. You can ask your students to record a short video, 2 or 3 minutes, to tell you what they have learned in that course. In this way, you teach them how to create a video with those pictures, with those names, with, you know, in a different effects, which is they are very good at it. I was surprised, my students, they did an amazing job with the cartoon and different movies. Also, this is example of the inquiry-based learning. Ask, investigate, create, discuss, and reflect. This is one of the, this is very simple, just very simple design, but a little bit complicated. We're just the inquiry-based learning, they have a different step. It depends on your course. What I'm saying here, you can follow any design that suits your course and your students, and it's easy for you. Don't make it complicated. For example, here, inquiry-based learning, this is a different model. Inquire, it starts with a different step. Choose what is suitable for you, so you can help your students to learn and you can assist them. Also, we need to focus on collaborative work. Collaborative work, when we assist the students, online assessment through Blackboard, through discussion, through Wiki, through different collaborative platforms, or Facebook, or any platform that it helps the students to communicate, or through Teams. We have in Teams, we have groups as well. We can create their own groups. They can discuss, upload files, and so on, as long as we have the mindset of doing these things to our students. Professional learning communities, PLAS, which I create a community with a group of students. They help, they create a project, they create it's like advertising something or sending message to community about certain things. The third strategy that we want to develop a clear and consistent structure. It's like if I want my student to assist my students, my weeks and modules should be very clear to the students. That the micro learning, I can use it as well, that to teach the students how they can communicate, how can they interact with me, how can I interact with others, or as I explained before, the backward design, or the job aid. It is the job aid where the students, I give them the job, they have the character, and then they can act it upon that character. You are my assistant teacher, you are a helper or something, and then you can spread that, you can give them control of their learning and helping others as well. This is example of the backward design where we discussed it also before in the previous slides that we can use.
Dr. Saba, we still have 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going on.
Thank you.
Thank you. The other way, I call it the reflect and revise. It's important that I use and apply some of the ideas and tools that help the students to reflect, like what? Like journal, like course design rubrics. Like if I have a rubric for the students and they revise their work, they go back within that rubric, they evaluate themselves, they reflect on their performance rather than you do that. There are rubrics that you can create online through the Blackboard and through different platforms. Students' feedback, always seek students' feedback online or through Teams or different feedback. ADDI, which is this design, this model, its analysis, needs, requirements, task, participant, current, and you design the learning objective according to the students. For example, if the students come to you, they say, I need to learn how to do research. So you add a research skills to your objective and so on. Development, implementation, and evaluation. Again, see one of these circles, they go back to evaluation. So the students is responsible for his evaluation and the whole course evaluation. To assess online, we can assess the students' practice on Twitter. There are special news channel, learning channels, where the students practice their language, for example, for English language, for Arabic, or for business, for different things. Students can use their Twitter. They can link to other people. They learn from them, and you can evaluate their performance according to a very basic, simple rubrics, how they interact, how they create these channels, how they create a channel to teach someone English. For example, if you want to improve their language, they can create channel to teach other language. So they learn while they are teaching and so on. I still have 5 minutes. Also, there is a storyboard, storyboard.com, where the students create their own story. Just let me show you here what is a storyboard. A storyboard where the students, sorry, doctor, just give me 1 minute. Telling a story, you want the students to tell the story or scenario about something. It's very simple. Just to click on the storyboard, they go online and they practice. This is very good for language classes. It's very good for engineering, for all the classes. Start a new board. See how easy to create a story. You choose first the scene. You have entertainment, you have town, you have home. You just choose where you want the scene. For example, home or school, and the other scene is in the class. And then you choose the character. Who are the characters that they represent is going to speak or going to participate? Any character. See, oh, she's on the chair. No, that's the teacher. Text, the text. You choose the infographic if you want. Web science, worksheets. There are plenty of different things that you can create, and also you can make animation of that. The students, they write scenario, you write scenario, and then you can discuss it in the classroom. This is one of the basic things you can create. This is the storyboard. See how quick, it's 2 minutes. What else we have? We have also virtual field trips. See here, animals go inside. There are 4K virtual field trip where you show the students the field trip, they attend that field trip, they watch it, and then you wrote about it. They think, they reflect on that field trip, they answer your question, open-ended question, not yes, no question. Until you take the journey of your self-reflection, it is almost impossible to grow or learn life. And that is what I personally believe. Self-reflection. It should be that teacher practice the self-reflection and also the students. From time to time, practice and infuse the reflection in your course assessment as well. They can reflect and you can comment on their reflection. Thank you so much for your participation and giving me this chance to share ideas and thoughts and all of this. Yes, I want to end this session, but before I go, just let me show you the report of the workshop that you attend in case you consider to use Nearpod as your interactive platforms. I have, see here, the report, it says I have 14 participants, and it shows me the summary of the general participants. 57 answered, 34 of you skipped to answer the question. And it tells me exactly here, Abu Muaz, the participation, the percentage, how many times he participate. I have here 100%, 33. I know the connection problems you have. It's not because you don't want to participate, but see the details. And then also the collaboration board where we collaborate and have questions. It tells me here it view your answer as well. So at home, or I can check your answer. What did you say? And then I can send you comments about your answer. Here, the time to climb, it show me the one who won the race, the one who goes up to the mountain, which you see, it's very interactive, and it is, I don't know, it doesn't open. It's okay. Interactive videos. Here, how many students answer? How many of you, answer the question? What are the answer? This is the third answer, and this is the fourth. This is the third question, sorry, and so on. So it is, what do I mean here? There are a lot of platforms, they are interactive. I involve the students, I can assist them and, apply formative assessment as much as I can instead of summative assessment by the end of the course. They are easy, they are easy to use, just piece of cake. Honestly, it's not that big. Thank you for again for this chance. One more thing before I finish. Here you can choose the student space. Student space, I don't have to talk. I don't have to do nothing. I designed the course, and the students, you send the link to the students. See, I send the link. I will copy it and I send it to you. You can attend this workshop again when you want to attend any time you like. You can attend this workshop, and I'll copy this, and this is the link. For example, you can attend this workshop anytime you like. So as a teacher, I will check tomorrow or at night who participate again, who watch the video, who answer, and so on. So I assess your learning in a different way, and give you more freedom to attend. Thank you so much for all of this. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Saba. That was very interactive, very interesting. Thank you very much for the efforts and for the preparation that took to prepare and put this workshop together. It is really, really highly appreciated. We'll open the floor for any questions now for around 5 to 7 minutes. So if you have any question, any comment, please turn on the mic and talk directly to Dr. Saba. Participants, questions?
Dr. Sabah, this is Bhagyalata. Very happy to hear today's presentation, especially using the Nearpod application, which has given us a way to interact and also to collaborate. So it's a wonderful presentation. So I learned so many things from this. So thank you so much. I don't have any questions, so all were cleared. So thank you.
Thank you for your participation as well. You were very good.
Thank you. Any other comment? Any question from anybody? Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you for the comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if we do not have any questions, please, all the participants, click on the workshop evaluation link so you can give us your feedback. Yeah, go ahead. Do we have a comment from anybody?
One short question.
Yeah, Dr. Mazhar, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sabah, for a very nice presentation. Just like as you told you that we are shifted to online learning, and to receive the our goals, we have to make some changes in PLOs. But you already mentioned that it is not like a very easy task. Sometimes we need like permissions from authorities in university or ministries. So is there a way that we can make a slightly changes and we can achieve our goals? I mean, which is possible. We don't go through this long process, and we can slightly change and we receive the goals and objectives from the students.
We have this issue before. We have this issue here as well, because if the bureaucracy that you have to follow steps to do things and changes, and I think it needs a little of work. Some of the people suggest that you can change your activity and assist them, but I still think no. I think it's not working like that. What we did here at Qatar University, we go to the up level. Honestly, we go to them, we talk to them. We want to change, we want to do that, and we're so open to that. They don't have a problem. In some cases, that what we are going to do to add one objective which is acceptable. You can add one of the objective, it's acceptable, but still we have to go to the chairperson, to the head of the department. We need to go to the dean and talk that, no, we need to do a little change of the syllabus. We need to form a committee to sit together and discuss it. Well, why not? And I think I didn't understand why they do that. Honestly, you have in higher education, we have to be open to change. I know change, nobody will accept to do any changes, or they find it difficult, or they are going to resist the change, but we have to do it. We have to revise our syllabus, our objective, at least every year. It should be our routine. I have syllabus that is for 20 years, they haven't changed nothing. Well, why is that? Let's go up and talk to the dean. I'm sure they are open. They are open-minded. It needs the doctor a little bit of work. It needs to form a committee that we sit together. We are teaching online. We have to upgrade and update our course objective. It's either add and align it with the assessment. That means our assessment, it will be different. It can't be write yes, no question online, because that you are encouraging the students to cheat as well. You will have the cheating problem. And that's it. That's the only way to do it. We have to accept the change. We have to do it, not just to sit back. We started in some of the cases and some of the courses, because we have new courses, what they did without going through the committees and all of these procedures, they add one objective, which is course outcomes, which is acceptable. The thing that is not allowed to change is the course description. But the course objective, they add one outcomes, one objective, and it's okay. In some of the courses that they need really dramatic change and they need a lot of, we form committees, and then we started to go from there. We don't have the choice.
Dr. Sabah, we have something similar here at the university. We have what we call moderation policy, course moderation. And that is done at the end of every semester. So I encourage all of my colleagues here to take advantage of that and suggest any change that you want to do. That we also have the course evaluation. There is a course evaluation form. Recently in our college, we changed the content of 2 courses. Drastic change, actually.
Dr. Khalid, and we need to be agent of change. We need to be agent of change. It's not, I can't take and relax and just teach it again and again and relax. And no, it's not the case, because as I said, we are teaching a different generation, not us. Those people, they are our students, they are advanced than us, I swear. You will be shocked what they are going to create for us. So,
absolutely, I agree with you. Maybe 1 or 2 more questions or comments. Thank you, Dr. Mazhar, for the question.
Great question. Thank you, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll wait for 1 minute. If we don't have any questions, we'll conclude. Okay, I think that is it. Dr. Saba, thank you very much for, I know it's a weekend, it's Saturday, we kept you busy for 3
and I am
full hours.
At the uni now.
You are at the university, so am I, and that's a passion. Thank you very much. Thanks to all of my colleagues at the university for participating, for their active and interactive participation. We look forward to having you in future events, hopefully in person here, Dr. Saba.
Inshallah.
And we look, inshallah, and we look towards strengthen our partnership with our colleagues in Qatar. Send our regards to all of our colleagues back there, and we are grateful to you. Thanks, dear colleagues.
Thanks to everybody. Thank you.
We will see everybody, inshallah, in our next CTL workshop.
It's my pleasure to meet all of you, honestly, and hope to go to Oman one day. That is my dream. That's
it. Inshallah, very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. الله يحفظك دكتورة. شكرا.
مع السلامة دكتور.
شكرا في رعاية الله. شكرا. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day and have a wonderful and productive week. Bye-bye.